I did. I pushed the button, but now I have to do the intro. Good evening, Ladybugs and Yellow Jackets. Welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. We're going to have a little bit of a short show tonight, just so you guys have a heads up. Lots of things really happened right before show. So one of those things being that we had a miscommunication with our vendor, and so there will not be a vendor. There will still be a giveaway. I got you guys. But that's going to kind of lead into letting us have a little bit of a short show and then some other things that I'm not going to put on all of you guys. But tonight I am here with Ion the Leprechaun. Hi diddle-dee-o. And Professor Green. And StormiFae.
Hello.
And Queen Seraphine.
Hi.
And Rain Wolf Wolvempath.
Hello.
And Dr. Starshine, we missed you last week. Welcome back again.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, and hello to everybody out there in the audience. I see you, Kawa, Amanita, Cool Gamer, and Ingvi so far. Like, if you're out there, give us a shout out, say hello. And you guys, of course, I don't even know what you guys decided to do to the bell. What did you decide to do to the bell while I wasn't listening?
I suggested we curve it because I always grade on a curve.
Curve the bell.
Thank God for the curve.
All right. Well, curve the bell is what it will be then for tonight. So please like, subscribe, and curve the bell. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's like a little bell. You should ring it if you want to get notifications of our future shows. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to tonight's Spencer. Oh, all the words are going to be, they're already a problem. I'm not even 5 minutes in. Aspenhearted is our sponsor for tonight's show, and they are the home of art, enamel pins, stickers, and more by Carrie Allison, featuring calming cats for the anxious personality, Art Nouveau posters, and fine art watercolor botanicals, and lush landscape paintings. So listeners, please use code FAE15 for 15% off of any purchase, and then you can find them at the link aspenhearted.com. So, and you may recall she had the wasn't a Kickstarter, but it was a crowdsourced. It was a backer kit for the trio of cat pins on our show a couple months ago. So, yeah, good times, and please go give the supports. You guys know how all that works.
Yes,
So,
she is a purveyor of feline art.
That's right. Line art. We're already here with the puns tonight. I see how it is. How have you guys been this week?
Mostly good.
Mostly good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing okay.
Busy with human world stuff, but trying to keep up.
Yes.
Wait, we have to go to the human world?
Occasionally.
Who works there?
I work there.
Sometimes we do have to cross the hedge back in the unenchanted direction, but that's okay. That's why we're here, right?
As long as you have a human disguise, it's good. You guys have human disguises, right?
Yeah, I just forget to put it on sometimes.
It's on.
Yeah.
It's making me think of a song. I wear a disguise to look like human guys, but I'm not a man, I'm a chicken boo.
Heard that.
Yeah, it's from, is it Animaniacs? Chicken boo, what's the matter
Yes,
with
it
you?
was.
You don't act like other chickens do.
That's all I think of with the Wheel of Wind. Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us. We should.
We should learn. It's that's what I think of too. But that's why I have to say something else. Otherwise, that is always where my brain will go because
I say it in my head every time.
You're like, nope, that's what it is. So, well, I'm excited. So I want to hear from you guys. Actually, I'm gonna ask you guys for the official hedge report here, since we just had a hedge gathering. Ion and Greenman and Rain Wolf, you guys were at the last hedge gathering.
I gave you my report. It's there.
Yes, you gave me a report, but I
As
still
did I.
would like to hear your version of things that happened. I don't hear you, Ion.
Ion's mic is not on.
It doesn't say that he's on mute, though.
Huh.
Oh, wait.
I had the same issue right
I'm
before
so
the show.
glad to notice that you finally gave me leaves.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yes.
I actually gave them to you, I think, on the last show, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
until towards the end or something when I finally figured out what should we give to Queen Seraphine?
Dragon.
Is a
Maybe
dragon a
crown.
thing?
There is a dragon. There's a dragon head and an actual dragon. Chinese dragon, but still.
Yes.
Dragon's a dragon, just like loot is loot.
How about now?
Oh, I heard how about now?
Now?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right now.
Okay, so it's been most exciting in the hedge. We were supposed to open up the east gate, but we got distracted because new symbols appeared on the table, and
we didn't have the 2 items we needed.
well, yeah, but this led to all sorts
Right.
of interesting discoveries that we approached scientifically.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Or
with
not so
experiments.
scientifically, as some of us just went ahead and did stuff.
We officially numbered our experiments. You know, I, B, I. You know, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So what we discovered is these symbols that are now appeared on the table lead to new and interesting places, which seem to be halfway
Or old
houses to
places.
other places. For example, we got to a place which I'm sure I referred to as Freddy Krueger's den at least once, because it was a boiler room. But in that boiler room was a secret pathway to the city of the south.
Yeah.
Oh. A new shortcut.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
So this implies, and since the other symbols that appeared went to other secret rooms, I suspect they all, in fact, have further passages to other places. But
We just haven't determined what they are yet.
Right.
that's right.
However,
But, that was really exciting.
we did at one point all climb into a barrel.
It wasn't
Together?
quite a barrel of monkeys, but it was a barrel.
I, for some reason, I was firmly convinced that we would be transported to Niagara Falls if we did so.
Were you actually convinced of that?
Yes, I was.
It's,
I figured
Niagara
you
Falls
were
is
just
famous
that
for
devious.
barrel riding, not just for hobbits or dwarves.
Escaping wood elves.
Okay. Okay, so you climbed in a barrel, and that was what took you to the city of the south.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There were 3 barrels, though. And only 1 barrel was the portal to the city of the south. The other 2 barrels were just barrels.
Barrels.
they were decoys. there to fool you.
But we had to try them all out.
And you know that it went to the city of the south because you went into the barrel and you ended up in the city of the south.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And
Yep.
so why did you guys not open the gate?
We didn't have the glyph.
We forgot to make sure that we got the glyph stone from Amanita,
I was gonna say,
And
did
we-
you check Amanita out?
and we forgot to make sure
That seems like a loaded question.
we also forgot to make sure that Kumar passed us the Arius wand.
Kamara doesn't have the Arius wand. I have the Arius wand. I have
Okay.
both of the wands, the Fiero wand and the Arius wand, because they were given to me for safekeeping.
Well, then I would have gone to the wrong place to get it. At any rate, the point is we didn't have it, and we
So-
suspect we need it. For that matter.
Well, you needed the Fiero wand to open the gate to.
City of the South.
Yes, something
In the maze
is
of
happening
Lula.
off in the direction I just looked. It sounds like shenanigans and felines. So, I don't know what they're doing, but it's making a lot of noise, and
It's a
that
bunch
makes
of
me
malarkey.
nervous.
They're removing all of the crockery from the cupboards.
That's what we do.
The thing is that when children are quiet, then you should be nervous, right? But it's the opposite with cats, right? When cats are quiet, they're just sleeping.
Well,
There is nothing that they do that's mischievous that's actually quiet. It involves claws and teeth and right.
Right now we're just hoping it's not a catastrophe.
Catastrophic, if you will.
But, I mean, it'd be worse on a catamaran.
I don't know what a catamaran is.
It's a type of sailboat.
It's a two-hulled sailboat.
Two-hulled, not hold. But wait.
Well, they have those too occasionally, but not often.
Okay, so a boat has the hold, which is inside the hull.
Right, and a catamaran has two of them.
Two hulls or two holes or two
holes?
Both.
Hulls.
And then inside the hull is the hole.
Yeah, hold.
Yeah.
Hold, yeah.
Right. So, but I was saying catamaran because of the cat joke.
I know. But how
I mean, they could take it to Kathmandu.
So, in the event of a catastrophic failure, the cat will take a catamaran to Kathmandu.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay. I see how this is.
It's a fun category of planning, really.
I don't know, but now my brain is trying to think of all kinds of cat puns, and I guess I'm just gonna blame it on you.
No, that's just plain felonious.
No. Okay, so what did you do if you didn't open the? Okay, so first of all, Amanita has the glyph, and I have the wand, so I can give you guys the wand. But Seraphine, Your Majesty, are you in proximity to our resident Mushy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanita, I'm gonna need you to give me that glyph.
Amanita, give it.
So now I don't have to worry about the cats attacking me because they're still eyeballing me like I'm a demon. And now Amanita is. So I might get beat up tonight.
So after the catastrophe, when the cats sail on a catamaran to Kathmandu and they arrive, does that mean that they're going to arrive at a portobello?
I believe so.
And then we can hook them up to a sleigh and say mush.
Mush. Mush. Oh, man. So, yes, Amanita needs to do that. So you guys were supposed to have another gathering, a second gathering this month for, on all the words, a second gathering this month on the 21st at the Tipsy Pixies. So that is a Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Not Tuesday. Tuesday.
That is what's that's what you guys said at the afterglow. Sorry, I have a sneeze that is like.
Cool.
Well, okay. So long ago, when I was, doing my intern in the human world, right, and I was in Cubeville, so that I could learn how humans do things. When we were in meetings, it was inappropriate. Not really inappropriate, but nobody really wants to be the person that's like in the middle of a meeting, or to be sneezing and then looking for tissues. And so one of the things that we used to do in order to stop ourselves from having to sneeze in the middle of a meeting was to press on the end of your nose, because you have nerves and whatnot that are in there, like the sensory stuff. And so when you press on the end of your nose, it alleviates, at least for a little bit, the sensation here of having to sneeze, of the tickling in your nose. So if you have to sneeze really bad, it doesn't work so much. But if it's like just maybe a little sneeze or something, you can kind of do that. And then it just sort of looks like, you're just brushing your nose or, covering a little, nobody cares, right? You take a drink and just maybe got a little itch or something, and then nobody knows, very polite, you're not interrupting anything. So
and all this time I thought it just meant not it.
While we're dropping hits to avoid the nasal cataclysms.
Nose goes.
Yep.
And y'all
I don't.
Okay, it's Ian.
I'm like, I don't know, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm doing it too.
I thought it was yours.
Someone explain this to me.
It just nose goes. You say that, and then whoever is the last person to touch their nose has to do whatever it is that needs to be done.
Has to do whatever what?
Change the baby.
Like your mom says, take out the trash, and nose goes. Whoever's the last one is one that got the trash.
That's such a fun game.
Not for the loser.
It's how you get bloody noses. Trying to get there real fast.
So speaking of things in the hedge, though,
back to what we were doing.
Oh, well, Ion and I kind of, I think, locked into place for Fairy Blossom. We had a conversation with one of the encampments that comes to Fairy Blossom last night about the conversation last week on the show for the War of the Bucket. So I believe that this year at Fairy Blossom, we are going to have a War of the Bucket between encampments. And for those of you who don't know, this was spawned in ideas here from the show when we read one of the news articles last week about Italian humans in the 1400s or something stealing a bucket from the village well and then having an enormous war over the fact that the neighboring village came and stole their bucket, right? Like, I mean, it's almost like a fraternity prank, right? We got your bucket, right? And they're like, nah, we got 20,000 troops and we are going to invade your little town and get our bucket back.
Not just 20,000 troops, but just the troops that the Pope himself led.
It's ridiculous.
Well, they really would fight over anything, wouldn't they?
The Pope was like entered a war for a bucket. Okay. Yes, this is exactly right. That is exactly right, as opposed to the Italian
or perhaps Italian.
They're tease.
So taking the bucket added to their bucket list, and it was beyond the pale.
It was beyond the pale. Well, the well of ideas wasn't very deep for them, so. So after this whole article, I was like, oh my God, that's
Wait, there was
hilarious.
a hole in the bucket?
No, I want to have a wishing well. Well, I do have a wishing well, and I want to put the wishing well out at festival, and I want to put a bucket in the wishing well, which I also have a bucket, and I want that to be the beginning of the War of the Bucket. And the whole idea is that the bucket is made to be stolen, and the rules work like this, right? The bucket starts in its place, and then whoever manages to get the bucket, you get to take it, and you've got to put it in your encampment. But you must hang it someplace like at the entry of your encampment or someplace where it's out and visible. You cannot hide it inside where people are not allowed to go. So it has to be out and visible. Then inside the bucket, there'll be lots of little pieces of paper. And the whole idea is that people are free to come and try to steal the bucket. And if they successfully get it, then they get to put it in their encampment. But they must leave a ransom note if they take the bucket so that we know where the bucket is. And we know what has to be done, potentially. If you can't manage to steal it, you could always pay the ransom price and gain possession of the bucket. And then whoever has the bucket, by the time we count up all of the coin for for the grand pennon, then that will be one of the games that of course they've got the bucket and the bragging rights, and then their court, whichever court they want to give that award to, will get that award. So am I forgetting any rules, Ion?
No, we pretty much got them.
Is tackling allowed?
I think that
So ransom and dross.
Ransom in whatever somebody wants to put for ransom that is
Fried egg breakfast for the next 3 days. Yes.
well, so that is it's usually in games like this, it's got to be something that people can do there on site. So you can't be like, oh, you have to go into town 50 miles away and bring back a barbecue for us. Like, that's not really a thing. So it has to be something
that's no fun.
Yeah, it is. No, it's not fun if you try to send somebody away and then make them pay a bunch of money. Like, no, that's not okay.
They should stick to things like magic items.
What?
Magic items, draws, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, enchanted items, draw tasks if you want things done. Like, oh, well, if you want the bucket, you have to pick up all the trash that's here and take it to the trash can, or, right?
What you should go to the campfire, get some ashes, and put an ash mark on everybody's chin. No.
On some
we don't want to ask people to do things that requires touching others without their consent.
Right.
So
I agree. Yeah.
But
not thinking fast enough tonight.
No, it's okay. You're on the right track though. Like, that's much more like, maybe they could put ash marks on items or something to that effect. So
or on their own face, yes.
They have to go around for the next hour, the rest of the day, like,
The ransom can be for just the lulls, like, allowed performance.
Someone remove that spam that just hit the chat. Do you guys see that? Or I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks like it's on Twitch. I might be the only one that can remove it. Meh. Well, I mean, interesting news from people in our audience. They want to offer promotion of our channel. You guys, I'm so excited.
That's a lie.
Nope. They're wrong. Nope. Their price is not lower than any competitor because I did it today for free.
I don't know. Apparently I can't remove it though. It doesn't give me the little option to remove that from Twitch. I guess I have to be on Twitch to do it.
Guess you gotta pay them.
Guess so.
Well, all right. I guess they can get in line. Like,
yes, go to doghype.com and complain. Don't sign up. Just complain.
There's certain human institutions that are far scarier than who is this? The WeiRd shakedown on Twitch.
That is a weird shakedown.
It is a weird shakedown, actually.
Is it just me, or does anyone else expect a WeiRd shakedown to involve Jello?
Well, now I do.
I was thinking cheddar broccoli soup.
In my mind.
Katie, Fairy Blossom is the same weekend it always is, which is the last weekend of June. And the specific dates for that this year are, well, they are on the Facebook page for Fairy Blossom, so they're up there, but the specific dates are the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of June. It's the last full weekend of June.
Oh, thank you, Katie. I like that comment.
Can we? Yes, of course we can keep. Yes, I demand that Professor Greenman stay.
Yes.
You're not allowed to leave,
Yes.
Greenman.
Uh-oh.
I surrender.
But it's the best choice for you, really. What was I going to say? Oh, Fairy Blossom. Yes, tickets. Actually, I'm hoping to get tickets up for that. At least vendor applications and tickets here, and probably not this week, but I'm going to try to get that up next week. I will be down in your kingdom, Dr. Starshine. I'll be down in the Kingdom of Pacifica for the Las Vegas Pirate Fest. So, yeah, I get to go. I have the honor of doing the crowning for their fairy queen down there. So I'm very excited about that. And I know I'm going to be in your kingdom twice, 3 times this year. I get to go back to also the Labyrinth of Jareth, which is in.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm
we
very,
should see about meeting up.
very excited to go.
I so wish I could get to that some year.
Yeah.
Oh, you would love it. Man, maybe you should make a plan of it. I don't think it's until August. I can't remember the exact dates. I think I want to say though that it's after
Right.
all.
Well, some of us are subsisting in the woods.
Let me see. Labyrinth of Jareth. And the exact dates for that are. Is somebody pouring something to drink, or is somebody in the bathroom?
That was me. I am.
Okay. It's August 18th and 19th.
I'm pouring it in your cup.
So
Yeah.
Well, my non-spillable bottle.
Very important, at least around here, because you know. Oh. Uh-oh. Crashing our live. Oh no! Well, welcome, Rachel. It is a pleasure to meet you. If you've been a pirate for years, I assume you have a pirate name. What's your pirate name? I want to hear. It is 8 o'clock. This is normally the time where we would do our drawing and have our vendor on. So our drawing is actually for a book from last week's author.
Pink Vixen.
What?
Pink Vixen. You asked her a
Rachel's
question,
pirate
Rachel.
name.
Oh,
Pink Vixen. Yeah.
Pink Vixen. Oh, I like it. I mean, I am partial to pink. So
It's a rumor. It's a rumor that you're partial to pink.
vicious rumor. Yeah.
As you were saying, drawing for the book.
Oh yeah. Wow. Rain, it's like you're keeping me on track, almost like you had an agenda.
I did not.
But I do not, for the agenda is a lie.
Exactly. Like it is every week.
J. Lynn Else. Yes, that was the name of the artist. And let me grab the share screen. So this is our Wheel of Wind. Okay, so your choice of books, I think, from their repertoire. And I actually want to make sure that I get this nice and mixed up. So there. There we go. Green and green and green. What color should I do?
I like green.
I'm a fan.
I'm partial to purple.
I like gold.
Yeah, purple's good.
Cool. Rainbow it is.
Rainbow.
All right. Here we go. I would say with Zorek.
Yeah.
That's how I would pronounce that, but I don't
I
really
pronounce it Sasha.
Sasha, yeah.
Congratulations,
Sasha
Sasha.
W.
You win your choice of book from last week's vendor. Dagnabbit, you guys. And
Yay, Sasha.
yeah. And so for this week, because we don't have a vendor, and I'm gonna begin myself here really quick so that I can show you guys. This is what this week's prize will be, which is it's a full. It's brand new. It's unopened, and it's a watercolor kit.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have like a little stash box of things that I can give away as prizes, and these were donated to me a while back. And so for an event of things like this, I'm gonna open it and show it to you guys. So it comes with like a cool watercolor book for instructions and whatnot. And then I can't see what I'm doing while looking at you all. I'm trying really hard. I think that this is actually just a piece of paper.
Watercolor paper.
No, it's just a
Well,
Cover
yeah.
sheet saying this is watercolor paper.
Yes, exactly. Yes. This is watercolor paper, and then it's got the focus.
It's got brushes and watercolors.
Yeah,
you go.
brushes and
Brushes
watercolors.
and tubes of wet paint.
So,
And it doesn't want to focus.
okay. Oh my gosh, no! All the things are so difficult right now.
Sounds like my life.
How?
Right?
Relatable.
I wonder if there's something else in here. No, maybe like okay. Nope. Okay, so that is what it is. It's this watercolor set, and this is the part of the show then where you guys are supposed to come up with a magic word in order to win the watercolor set. I know it's not nearly as exciting or hilarious as having a vendor on the show, so I do apologize for that. But
That's okay. You can still dazzle us.
Aww. Right?
Yes.
Put your suggestions for a magic word for the watercolor set into.
A comment.
That's the first suggestion.
We're off to a good start.
No! Oh my god. Whoa, no. Ion, you're
What
gonna
have we
turn
done?
them.
Oh, guess what?
I brought them.
Noise. Hey. Brilliant.
Oh,
They took my suggestion to heart. I'm so impressed.
yes, Ion. You guys have until that timer runs out to put magic word suggestions into the comments. Wait, can what be clandestine? Can the magic word be clandestine? Actually, be the word clandestine, or can it be clandestine as in moist?
No one will know.
Hey.
As strokes away. Oh my goodness! Can't you guys like go down the path of like happy little trees or something? You know.
When have we ever done that?
Okay, it's Bob.
It's Bob. I for real need to actually make t-shirts that have our magic words on them. And I really keep forgetting every show to write them down when we talk about them, but I'm going to try to let's see. I'm going to try to remember. Uh-oh, that timer's almost up, you guys. So, let's see.
Well, Lala, you can always go back through all the past shows and look it up.
Or because that seems tedious and I don't want to do it. Like, uh-oh, Seraphine, where'd she go?
Wait.
Maybe did her cat take her out?
Let's see.
Okay, time's up.
So it was butt silk and moisture oyster.
Lolly,
Licky the clicky.
Licky
Lolly?
Licky. Yeah.
look up. Who has to make the list?
I'm making the list. It's right here. My Dustin map, okay, for extra effect.
The timer ran out, just so you know.
Okay. Okay, timer ran out. So these are the four ones that I have. It was Embiggen, butt silk, moisture oyster, and licky the clicky. Those are the
moist paint.
What?
Moist paint. Wasn't that one?
Oh no, these are the ones that people wanted me to put on t-shirts to put in our swag store.
I thought we were going for
Yeah.
Wait, where is
What was
Phoenix?
Phoenix actually had a whole bunch of stuff that was pre-planned this week, so they are our herald sadly could not be with us, but many good things are happening for them right now. So
In other words, he could not put his finger on the nose. It's his job now.
it seems unfair to just conscript people that aren't here.
So it's relatively easy to go back because you just go into the comments and just look.
Besides which, he already
You don't
made
have
a
to watch
list
the whole
last
show.
week.
All right, Ion, does that mean you're volunteering to go back through a year or more's worth of weekly videos to find out all of the cool Yeah.
I could do that. I could do that.
Oh, okay. Well,
So now.
there's some homework for you by the next show. You better have a good list of those magic words, buddy.
You need like
Okay.
6 months to go through all that. What? Next show.
I could do it.
How long does it take?
I believe in you, Ion.
Look, if there's 52
I have a
weeks in a
shortcut
year,
plan. It's all
and
good.
if there's 52 weeks in a year, and there's 7 days in a week, and Ion has 1 week to do it, then 52 divided by 7 is approximately 8. A little less than 8. So 49. So it's like 49 and 1/3, or 7 and 1/3 is about that. So if he does
Just how
7
many
a
I have to
day,
do a day. Yeah.
yeah, if you do about 7 a day in 1 week, you can have them all done.
Do you want me to go all the way back until butt silk, or do you want me to just go back 1 year?
I really just, in my head, I just imagined like the spider, right? Like the Itsy Bitsy spider. And then I was just like, I don't think butt silk goes back from whence it came.
Not usually. Sounds like a disorder.
They should see a
The
doctor.
re-silkening.
Oh no. But now that you've asked,
Ooh.
the cruel part of me, the mischievous part of me is like, yep, all the way back to butt silk, baby. That was so long ago. That was like more than a year ago, though. Okay.
The beginning of the show. No.
Oh, Katie, you'll have to send us a picture of your hair once you get it, because emerald green sounds like an amazing color.
I agree.
He's partial.
Yeah, fan here.
Okay, where do we start? Let's see.
With moistest paint.
Yes, I'm looking for it. Okay, so these are. Oh no, who's gonna pick our magic word? Dr. Starshine, you're gonna pick the magic word. I've nominated you, and
I will do this.
What?
I will do this.
Okay.
Wait.
So moistest paint, and then I'm not sure about this clandestine business. So but maybe clandestine.
They asked so nicely.
Strokes away, man. Watercolor, specifically with the Commonwealth spelling of the U. Color. Let's see. All the things. And filigree. And erect easel. Is that how you spell easel?
No, it is not how you spell easel, but I like it anyway.
I would read that erect aisle.
It's EA.
I don't know how to spell anything.
Aisle is A-I or I-S-L-E, right? But I'm like, I actually don't know how to spell easel. It's
E-A-S-L-E.
Oh, well, there you go. No, Ingvi.
E-L.
That's what?
You make them have to say that. What if that just says fish?
What?
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I really want to know now.
Why would you eat? Who hates language that much?
I guess.
What if it just says fish?
People, I think that they hate letters more than the Welsh hate letters, right?
No, I think they love letters more than Welsh love letters.
Yeah.
Oh no! This makes me think of a thing though, and I don't know if I can find it.
Now I'm wondering if Ingvi has to use special characters to use the R alphabet, or if those just knows the special characters to get that alphabet in.
Well, I know that you can get that little D thing that I think is actually the sound of a like a DTH, a the sound. And then, like, I know that you can make that by using the Alt and then the number pad to put numbers in. I don't know its exact alt code, but you can. So can you do with that AE that's in there, and so can you do with that U. All of those are alt. So, because I do a lot of times like E's with an accent or I's with an umlaut above them, and all of those have alt codes that go with them. And if you just look in your character map, all computers have a character map, you can just open your character map and you can look at that letter and it will show you what the alt code for it is. And then if you just
but I'm wondering if he's mapped his keyboard to those letters, the Icelandic
maybe they
ones.
have a special keyboard that just has those letters on it, like a Cyrillic keyboard.
Right. But then lots of times NB is typing in English, and do they have to do special characters for the English or special characters for the
Well, we
Icelandic?
don't have any characters that are special. Like, they have additional characters, like our characters and then some. So
that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, they wouldn't have to, like, if they already have our characters, then let's see. I don't know. Oh, wow.
I was trying to work my way through the pronunciation, and I kept getting to the Vega part, and it immediately turned into Vegamita.
That says Farfanugan. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm very well versed in other languages, and that says Farfanugan. I'm sure of it.
He responded to our question.
Oh, it says, yes, they have Icelandic keyboards with their special characters. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the pronunciation.
I know. I want you to type out the phonetic pronunciation of that crazy word into the comment section so I can read it. I feel like,
what is the word?
Yeah, and what is the word? Or maybe the word meant what was in the parentheses. What was in the parentheses? It was.
Oh, it just said that's all one word.
Yeah, maybe that's what that one word means. It's just one word.
He said in the comments, it's a keychain for a certain shack in the mountains.
Wait,
it's a chalet.
For a certain shack in the mountains, it's a keychain? What's a keychain?
The word?
The word, I think.
The word is a keychain? The door is a jar.
The door is a jar.
Oh, wait, no, I'm so confused right now.
One of these days, I'm going to build a house.
Keychain is another word for password, as far as I'm concerned.
You open the jar to get into the room.
Okay, so speaking of crazy words, I'm going to show you guys a thing. Because
are we still looking for the magic words for today?
I think we gave up.
Yes.
Oh, I think we got
sidetracked
by that crazy word.
Ingy threw everything off.
I'm just saying, maybe we should finish that task before we go off on a side venture.
It's just a picture. It's just a picture. That's all. It's nothing big, and it's on the topic of crazy words. So, what? Here.
Oh, you mean English?
Oh, that's not English.
Nope.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is a road sign. So when I was this was in Cusco, Peru, and they had, instead of like street signs, that have a metal sign attached to the pole, the road names were in this very beautiful tile embedded in walls on the corners of streets. But this was the name of a road. Even if you did say that out loud to a person, like, oh, yes, go down to Quapachickaloo, Kiloo.
It's Klingon. It's cluck pluck.
Who
Wait.
is gonna look at that word and be like, yes, that is what the person said. They told me to turn here on this street. Nobody.
Oh, Rainwolf. That's how they spell Quiplik.
That's how you spell Quiplik. Got it.
Something like that.
Plot twist, it's one syllable. No. Plot twist, that big long word, one syllable. Okay, Dr. Starshine, what is our magic word for the week?
I think I'm going with Moistest paint.
Moistest. That was you, Ion? Or are you just voting for that one?
No, that was me. That was me.
I also voted for that.
It's also the one that got the biggest laugh. So
It's a watercolor thing.
Everybody's sound went away for a minute. Or was that just me? Might have been just me.
I think you just froze for a
you
moment.
temporarily froze.
All right. Well, moistest paint then will be our magic word.
Z.
Dr. Starshine knows how to play the game.
I try.
So it's now going down there in the ticker, you guys. And what this means, that's the magic word. After the show, not during the show in the comments, but only on YouTube, not on Facebook, not on Twitch. Go to the comment section on YouTube after the show, put the magic word moistest paint into the comment section, and that will get you entered to win in next week's drawing for the very cool entire watercolor kit, which will then, of course, be mailed to you. If you guys want your extra entries, you can join our Patreon at any level, and you will get an automatic entry every single week, regardless of whether you're watching or not. You can also join our YouTube channel or our Coffee subscriber channel thing. I don't know what Coffee is actually called, platform, our Coffee platform. You can join all of those for a maximum of 4 total possible votes. But yeah, so there you go. That's that. And I think this like brings us kind of around to the part of the show where Stormy should do a reading for us. And I am going to go pick out some crazy articles.
Because it's ether.
And this time it's from that map deck, right?
Yes, the deck that everybody picked last week was the map one, if I recall. Coffee kill. Wow.
Wait, if it's the map deck, would that make this cartography?
Cartography. Cartography. Cards, maps, cartography. I like it. That was a good one, Professor.
I look for bad puns. I can't help it. It's part of my punishment.
No.
Only there was a paper way to lead you to them, when you get lost.
All right, let's see. Did somebody just rejoin us? I heard a little bloop.
Yeah, Stormy's also in the background, though.
What's happening?
Stormyception.
I don't know. That was weird.
Where'd Dr.
What?
Starshine go?
I took her spot. I don't know.
Poof.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It just showed a loading symbol for everybody, and then I disappeared.
Yeah, you froze while
I
we were
just
making
got a
jokes
notification that I'm in the show. Yes.
It was you were momentarily frozen while we were making jokes about maps and cards.
Missed the jokes.
Stormy disappeared.
Enchanted map, oracle set. Do my little sound bowl here. Okay. The energy from the second readings. So for the collective of the Fae, whatever they need to do today. Movement, which I don't know if you guys know much about the worm moon that just happened. Oh, come on, my thing hates everything. There we go.
Focus.
It's an upgrade.
Movement.
Yes.
It's an
You got a little not a little, I guess, a big ostrich. Looks like he's carrying on his back some kind of a like island with a windmill on it. And there is an air balloon in the background.
It's ostriches all the way down.
What?
Ostriches all the way down.
Wait, are we sure it's an ostrich or is that an emoji?
It's on its head. There's a snail on its head. Why is there a snail on its head? It's hitching a ride because it's so slow it wants to speed up. Cool. Okay, 28 movement. Let's see here.
Look at that escargot.
So this one does upright and reversed. I like to read both because I can feel like you can get something from either one. So the upright is that this is the time for positive movement. As you come out of a period of restriction, which is kind of funny because we're coming into spring, so winter is a time of rest. We're not supposed to be doing a whole lot. So spring's coming up where we can start being more active again. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward. No matter what your inquiry, you will see your dream take form. And doors previously shut began to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts, and you now know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear, and so let it go and move forward. And sometimes, this is actually something super personal that just happened recently, having fear and stuff, I imagine my fear as a person. I like to give my emotions personas. And instead of being afraid and being so negative about that fear, I embraced it with love because it is a part of who I am. And once we embrace and love all parts of ourselves, it's easier to move forward and to be okay with things that we feel hold us back, because sometimes your fear was something that kept you safe a long time ago and now you don't need it anymore. So you have to be able to release things that no longer serve you so that you can move forward. So, because don't be afraid, like you're still here. Where everything's going to be okay no matter, as long as you keep going forward. So the reverse of that one is, do you feel as if you're walking in circles, seemingly not getting anywhere? Consider the spiral that travels up and around. Take 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Even backwards movements helps you process and reach your goals. You may need to revisit some of the places where you forgot to look for treasure. Another message is lessons need to be repeated for those who refuse or unable to learn them the first time. Consider this another invitation to mastery. So, sometimes you will learn a lesson multiple times, and usually lessons and growing aren't fun things that happen. We don't grow in a place of comfortability. We have to be uncomfortable and pushed to change. So if something really bad happens, just be like, all right, well, there's a lesson that needs to be learned from that. So try to learn the lesson you need to learn now so that you don't have to learn it again later. So that's what I got for you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good, excellent.
Yeah. We need to have something to do, Stormy, for when you're not here, because the last show you weren't here, and then I was like, oh no, what do we do at the end without the bells to ring?
I actually have sad news. I will be there. I will be on here.
What do you mean?
I'm not able to go to Firefest.
Oh no, why?
Because my partner's work decided that he has to make all of his visits by the end of the month. Therefore, we won't have anybody to watch the bunnies.
No.
So
That's sad.
I know. So I guess I'm just going to have to go out for rent there.
Oh. Hey, thank you guys for saying so much.
Thank you, Inky. Thank you, Rachel. Or is it Rochelle?
Or our pink vixen, if we remember.
Pink vixen, that's right.
Then okay.
I like to use people's magical names.
Yes.
Well, I like it because I feel like whatever it is, they've chosen that for themselves, right?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So
That's what they want to be called.
Oh, that's cool. Are you gonna be there at the end of the month, Rachel?
I have a guild out there.
Yeah, that's who I'll be out there with. Is the Guild of the Fae out there?
Fabled Fae.
Thank you. Like, no, wait, I think the name was changed. So let's see. So I did get some articles, you guys. It was like the perfect time for the reading. And I'm gonna start with, I don't know how I missed this one from last time, but whatever. I'm not on that one now. Okay, I'm gonna start with we're gonna have a battle of houses here. So the oddest homes in America include the Smurf house and one that is legally haunted.
Legally, as opposed to the illegal ghosts in all the other houses.
That means they had all the permits all set up before.
Oh my god! Even ghosts need to get a permit these days. What's this do?
Well, there's tax revenue.
Actually, I know about this one.
You know what? I wish they would claim more taxes from the dead people, right? Go after the ghosts. Leave the rest of us alone.
Right, you're taking up real estate too.
Yes, up the inheritance tax. That'll do it.
Oh man. A Spokane man's Tolkien-inspired Hobbit house is drawing curious visitors from across the region. So we're going to have a battle between, if you want to hear about the Smurf house and the legally haunted house, press number 1. And if you want to hear about the Hobbit house, press number 2. Ion, please start the timer. No, for whatever reason, this is a legal haunting. I got my papers.
I got my papers.
But who you gonna call, I guess, right? Like,
I'm allowed to be here, sir.
Well, so the implication though is that if the house is legally haunted, it seems like that must mean that, say, when you list the house for sale, you have to put in the listing that the house is haunted because it's legally haunted. That's my guess, right?
You're absolutely correct.
It would be an upsell for some people. Some people would be down for that.
So clearly, to enforce the legal and illegal hauntings, you need to call in the RIPPD.
The RIPD.
Right. The RIPPD.
The RIPPD. The Rest in Peace Police Department.
That's right.
I just think it should be ripped. The RIPD. It should just be the Rest in Peace Department.
Both movies just use RIPD.
Yes.
Wait, movies?
Yes, they are movies. RIPD.
Yeah.
What is this movie?
So it's about a police department made of ghosts.
This is a real thing. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds stars in the first one.
Which one is Ryan Reynolds? Is he the guy that's in that?
Deadpool.
Deadpool wears a mask, you guys.
Is he the one who's in
the all the time
nice guy in that video game?
Yes.
Yeah, Free Guy. Yeah,
Free Guy. Yeah.
I love that movie. That was such a good movie.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I would watch that movie again. It made me so happy and smile. Like, it sort of had the feels from 1980, not 1984. Ready Player One, which had a lot of 80s references. That's why I was thinking 1984. But Ready Player One, it kind of had like video game feels like that, right? And not the movie, the book. I didn't ever actually see the movie of Ready Player One. I don't think.
The movie's bad. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Don't do it.
It's an okay movie.
Okay.
The book is so good, though.
Yes, it is.
The book is really great.
If they made the book, then the movie would be good.
Let's see. What do we? Okay, Ion, you just go count. Who won?
Okay.
I think it was
Sorry.
2. From what
It
I
was,
saw, it was 2.
number 2.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the Tolkien-inspired Hobbit house.
I was watching it. It was 2.
All right. Every time I try to count, people interrupt me, so I'm just going to make you guys do it from now on. then that will solve all problems. Let's see. Anytime now, computer. You can do it. Apparently, it
We
can't do
believe
it.
in you, Lolly's computer.
Right. No, it's like not. It's my mouse is frozen. Stop. Okay.
Don't you know, Fae and technology don't mix?
Makes me wonder if the batteries in the mouse are running out. All right, here we go.
Most likely.
Oops. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
You tap that door for green mana.
Tap that. Spokane band, Tolkien-inspired Hobbit house is drawing curious visitors from across the region.
And what's so curious about the visitors?
Yeah. They're very strange people that are coming to look at this. Bilbo Baggins lived in the hobbit hole called Bag End, a cozy home with a circular green door at the end of Bagshot Row in the Shire's Hobbiton. Ryan Ulrich built Spokane End, his own hobbit hole, at the end of 2nd Avenue on the actual edge of Spokane's city limits in the West Hills neighborhood. Ulrich's version of the Middle Earth dwelling is even considering the physical differences between the race of men and the diminutive hobbits, quite smaller than Bilbo's humble Underhill abode. Its low, round door, friends must duck to enter, is painted a vibrant cherry red. Measuring at about 70 square feet, Spokane End is a charming little addition to Ulrich's West Spokane property. He uses it as an office, reading nook, gathering place for friends, and an otherwise calm escape into life's daily toll. A back door leads to a secret garden. Oh, what? We better get pictures of that. A lifelong fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's expansive fantasy worlds in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings trilogy, Ulrich long dreamed of building his own hobbit house. He collected building materials and decor for years before getting a final burst of inspiration, and after he and his partner this year visited the real-life Hobbiton in New Zealand, the movie set turned tourist attraction visited by Lord of the Rings fans around the world. To be honest, I was at the time in my life when I needed a little magic and was wrestling with the world around me and the work that I do, Ulrich says. My partner and I also have a growing army of nephews and nieces. I wanted to make sure they were inspired to read. It was such a big part of my life growing up. Many may recognize Ulrich's name. He's a well-respected leader in the community's fight against homelessness, serving as an executive director of Priority Spokane and working with a private nonprofit consultant among numerous other projects. In between those duties, Ulrich began building Spokane End, debuting it to the public in late summer with the launch of the Spokane Hobbit House Facebook page. Although the Hobbit House isn't publicly open to visitors, Ulrich invites curious onlookers and fellow fans to stop by and view it from his dead-end street. I'm going to have to go here the next time I go out there and visit Lord Voivode and Fenix and everyone, because maybe we should make a trip of it. That would be fun. His only requests are to stay behind the gate, respect his neighbor's peace and privacy, and to sign the guest book if you'd like. There's also a Lord of the Rings themed, a geocache nearby. Yes, we're going to have to do this. Oh, I'm so excited. This has got to be on my geocache list for sure. Even without a glimpse inside the charming space that's filled with Tolkien-inspired decor and references to moments in the books and films, visitors can enjoy many other nods to Middle Earth in the lush garden outside Spokane End's round red door. and atop its earth-covered roof. At the fence, Ulrich posted a scavenger hunt list of items around the house to find, including the face of an Ent, Smaug the dragon, and the brown wizard Radagast. Isn't he just called Radagast the Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
But he is also the brown wizard.
That is
Just
Yes.
as Gandalf is the gray wizard.
Yes, but Gandalf is
And
also
later-
called
Or
Gandalf
the
the
White
Grey, and
Wizard
later
now.
Gandalf the White, right?
Mhm.
So, an apt opportunity to see Spokane End in person is coming near the end of October. See details below, when Ulrich and his neighbors host a Halloween celebration and a book drive benefiting foster kids served by Embrace Washington. Families are asked to bring donations of new and gently used books for kids ranging from babies to 8th grade. There will also be a petting zoo, Lord of the Rings cosplayers, and treat sales to support Spokane Sidewalk Games, another of Ulrich's nonprofit ventures. Beyond the pure joy of its marvelous whimsy, Ulrich hopes visitors to Spokane End also take away a lasting message that stayed with him since reading Tolkien's books as a child. Hope. On the fence, I have a little saying. Remember, it was a hobbit so very small who did big things and saved them all. This is my reminder that there is hope and we can get ahead of obstacles. And I hope that is a reminder, not just for me, but for our community as well. This is a cool article. And now I kind of want to like try to reach out and see if we could maybe even I'm going to put this article aside.
That you actually go inside.
Wait, what?
See if he lets you go inside. Maybe he'd let you schedule something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's just not, you're not the riffraff of the public. You're a princess.
That's right. That's right. I'm famous. Look, I have a YouTube channel with like 2,000 whole subscribers.
I would love a video tour.
Right? Well, when I do my geocache videos, because geocaching is like on my list of like unofficial videos that I put here on the channel, kind of just fun things that usually Ion and I do, but if I'm traveling alone, then I often do them by myself. And we go out and find cool places to go find geocaches at, and then I film that, and then if I can get tours, or maybe sometimes if there's just nobody to tell me that I can't go in and give myself a tour.
Bring home stray cats, that kind of thing.
That's how we found our cat Geocat. Actually, we were doing a geocache in North Dakota,
On the Enchanted Highway.
Yep, on a place called the Enchanted Highway. And when we were approaching the sculpture that was supposed to have the geocache, and you can see it, the video is actually here on the channel, but there she was, just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, meowing like meow, and she was pretty feral, so we had to lure her out with food, but there was a whole litter of kittens that were like inside the thing, and she was the only one that I was able to get out. The rest of them were too timid, to even poke their little heads out, but she poked her head out, so I got her by the scruff of the neck, and you would have thought that I was murdering the cat she was just like did not want to come out of this hole, but I got her out of the hole and I stuck her in my sweatshirt, and then she immediately fell asleep. I went and sat in the warm car, and she just sacked out because it was actually snowing when we left there, and she was so small.
Even though it was May.
Yeah, it was May 19th, and that was when, and she maybe was 4 weeks old. She weighed 1 pound when because we were driving across the country, and when we got back, we took her, to the pet vet, and they weighed her, and she was 1 pound. She was so small I couldn't even tell that she was a girl. I thought she was a boy, but then the vet was pretty hilarious. The vet was like, "Oh yeah, let me see the cat." So I hand the kitten over, and the vet does this. "Oh, it's a girl." And I was like, "Oh, is that how we yeah." Okay, boys don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, there we are. I guess that's been settled now. So, but then that's our kitty, and she's my little silky cat. So she's very small, actually. So she never really got very big, and I'm presuming that is because she was malnourished as a kitten, and when that happens, then they, cats just are small. So, but she's happy and healthy and, crazy little kitty. So, yeah. Oh, what? Jake, your dog. Nasty, nasty catsises. I actually, what's this? Oh my gosh, you live in a town of only like 2,000 people? Wow. That's crazy small. Well, not crazy small. Wow. I mean, I think the smallest town I've ever been in is a place called Troy, Oregon, where the population was 6. So
I'm pretty sure you can get from one end of Iceland to the other in like a day.
To Tronia, Pennsylvania, where it said "Welcome to" on both sides of the sign. Unfortunately, it no longer exists. It has become private property, and they pretty much destroyed the fact that it was on fire. And
Rachel,
is still.
We are in different places. So Ion and I are up near the Emerald City, Seattle, and Stormy is there in the Kingdom of Grass, which is someplace in between the two coasts.
You can find me in the Kingdom of Meadows, right?
It's just you're in the middle of wherever, I guess. And the Professor and Rain Wolf are actually in the Kingdom of Rolling Hills, and that's the East Coast, kind of north up there, Pennsylvania. Actually, I guess it's sort of like the middle East Coast, because north of you guys is the Kingdom of Apples. And then Dr. Starshine, who was here, is actually in the Kingdom of Pacifica, and that's like California, Nevada. What's above Nevada? Wyoming? Utah?
Air.
Arizona? Arizona sounds right. No, not that kind of above. Let's see. So you just moved to Oregon last year from, Queen Anne in Seattle. Okay. Where in Oregon did you move to?
In Seattle.
Like Eugene area, Salem area, Portland area. Let's see. 8:53. Probably enough time for one more article. I've got a geocache that I did out in Spokane as well, because there's a castle. This dude has built a weird castle thing on his property out there. I don't know if I ever even did that video. I have all of the stuff for it. Was that a geocache, or was that just did we?
I believe that was just a castle visit.
Are you sure it was just a castle visit? There wasn't a geocache nearby?
Well, no, I think it was just a castle visit, because right after that we went to that place where you roll uphill.
Excuse me.
Yeah, in Prosser, where the gravity, what was it called? Oh, I don't know, but it's a place in Prosser where there's a gravity anomaly, and the car, that was when the blueberry chariot rolled away from me, and I actually had to chase it down the road because it was rolling away from me, and then I had to literally leap onto my moving vehicle while it was rolling, and then the door slammed into me, and it's also on my channel, and you can go watch that hilarious blooper where I'm just like, it was yeah.
Well, there's certainly a cry out for pain when they're colliding with the door.
Yeah. Well, because what happened was, it was rolling away, and I was like, oh no. And so I start running, and I'm legitimately running after the vehicle, which is rolling down the road without me. And I get to it, and I open the door was open or whatever, but I had to leap onto the side of the door. in order to, because it was going faster really than me. So I leap onto it. And the thing is that I had to make it stop. So I had to push on the brake. So I'm hanging on the side of the door, and I can only get, like, I can't get my right foot in there. So I have to get my left foot in to push on the brake, but you don't normally use that foot. So when I pushed on the brake, I really pushed on the brake. And even though it was going, 5 miles an hour or however fast it was going, I hit that brake with my foot, and then I just went wham right into the door. And like my wings, like you could see it just like in slow motion, my wings just went. It was really funny. And then there's Ion who's back there with the camera filming the whole thing.
Good
like laughing, but are you okay? But oh my God, but laughing, are you okay? Right. And all I can think is, I really hope you got that on camera, because it had to have been the funniest thing to see. And
no matter how funny it is, we're very glad you survived.
Yeah. I did survive. So and we did get video evidence of that particular one. So I was like, man, all this pain. I ended up having a bruise, like a huge bruise on my arm, like this, like just from slamming into the door. It was pretty great. So my princess model was Leia, right? So there was none of this Disney stuff. There was, getting out there and doing crazy stuff. So
how do we find this video?
Probably what? It's on the channel, and
it's on there somewhere. It's probably
in a playlist.
Actually, you should go watch all of them.
It's in a playlist, and I would have to go through. Ion's like, I'll find it. Okay, so I'm gonna look for the different. I highlighted a bunch of articles while we were doing this, so let's see here. Next article selection. How about Mexican president shares photo of mythological woodland Alex. It's a fairy of some sort on social media.
Amy said that to me too. I forgot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I found it in the Fairy Investigation Society last week. Let's see. Versus Loch Ness Monster spotted off of the English coast as Scots cry, "We've lost our monster." So if you want to hear about the Mexican president sharing a mythological woodland thing, press number 1. And if you want to hear about the
Nessie being on travels,
Nessie going for a walkabout, press number 2. And Ion, please start the timer.
So much more fun when we just hum the Jeopardy theme.
What? Oh. Like do 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 do. Do 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 do. Isn't that theme supposed to be exactly 30 seconds long?
Yes, when you do it twice.
All right. The Mexican cocaine bear. I can't believe that is. I really just thought that was a meme. I did not realize that was a movie, and I am irrationally compelled to go see a movie titled Cocaine Bear. So I don't know what else to say, but it sounds like it's terrible and amazing all at once. Are we done, Ion?
Well, the news stories about the Cocaine Bear were bad enough.
Number 1.
Turning it into a movie as well.
Number 1. Okay, thank you.
Yep, we're done. I found the video.
Oh, you did? Oh, shoot the link into our private chat, and then I can share it, I guess. Did you find the blooper video or the original video, or both?
Wasn't it just a giant blooper though?
No, like in the original video is where I'm setting up to do the experiment that then, because you're supposed to like start your car on a line and you put your car in neutral and then your car rolls uphill. It's a weird gravity anomaly thing. So that's what I was doing, that's why the vehicle was rolling away from me, because I was like, okay, and now it's in neutral, and now we get out of it and we see if it rolls, and it did, and then it kept rolling, and then it gained speed, and then I was like, oh no. And so it's like 2 videos. One is where I'm doing the actual experiment, and then the other one is, and here's what happened when I had to go chasing my car. The blueberry chariot. Yeah, it was pretty great. So that was a thing. Let's see. Find the other one as well, the original. And oh, you said it was number 1, Rainwolf? Did you say it was number 1? Are you frozen? Oh, okay. Where's my little list? Here we go. Mexican president. Yeah, I.
So the video I put the link in the chat, our private chat on this show, and is does include the stud and stop.
There should be 2 videos. One is the original experiment, and then one is the blooper.
It looks like they're together.
I might have recapped in the blooper. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a long time since I looked at that one, because that was a few years ago. Where is our chat? Okay. I'll post this for you guys if you really want to go watch it. You can go watch me slam into the car. It will be so fun. Shenanigans. I don't say.
Well, we just hope the car is safe too.
Well, that car is not that. The blueberry chariot took its leave of us several years ago. We got a new Land Dragon, so it's been a minute. I do miss it. It was such a pretty blue. I loved it. Let's see. Okay, where's my share button?
We have a mid-tap.
I also found 3 videos for the finding of Silky.
Mexican.
Yes, because there was a whole bunch. We found her, and we did like 2 geocaches, I think, after that still had her in them. There was the one with the giant pheasants, and then there was the one that was at the stagecoach. So, and we had her for all of those because we had found her at the first one. So, okay, Mexican president. Here we go. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Oh my gosh. Because this name is going to go on for a long time. Shares photo of a mythological woodland alex on social media. So here's our picture. Weird.
Wow.
The Mexican president posted a photo of what he thought was a mythological alex, quote unquote, on social media, adding, "Everything is mystical." President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador appeared to be serious when he posted the photo on Twitter on Sunday, which has now amassed over 7 million views. Mr. Obrador wrote, "I share 2 photos of our supervision of the Mayan train works. One taken by an engineer 3 days ago, apparently from an alex. The photo taken at night is of an unidentifiable creature at the top of a tree with white eyes and hair. According to traditional Mayan belief, alexes are small, mischievous beings similar to elves that live in the forests and fields. They are tricky spirits and are said to prank people and hide their things. Some people leave small offerings to appease them." The second photo was of a splendid pre-Hispanic sculpture in Ekbalam, added Mr. Obrador, ending his post with, "Everything is mystical." That's it? Oh, the president has expressed his respect of indigenous creatures and beliefs for a while. Engineers and workers are in the Yucatan Peninsula, constructing a tourist train that the president pledged would operate by the end of 2023. It was in this very peninsula and the surrounding areas that the ancient Mayan civilization reached its peak from 380 to 980. The descendants are said to still live in the region. Many have retained the Mayan language, clothing, traditional foods, crops, religion and medicine practices, despite the Spanish conquest of the 16th century. But they don't tell you anything really about what an Alex is, other than that it's basically some kind of a little Bogart. I really want to Google an Alex now and see what Uncle Google has to say.
Uncle Google.
You're gonna Alex Google the questions?
Look, Alex the questions around here. Let's see. So Google says
something Mexican.
A type of spirit in the mythological tradition of certain Mayan peoples in the Yucatan Peninsula and Guatemala, also called a Chanica or Chanica by the Nahuatl people. Alexob are conceived of as being small, only about knee high. Oh, but Yucatan Peninsula and Guatemala, that's like going down into South America, right? Like coming down kind of like the East Coast and then the East Coast of Mexico down into Guatemala, which is Central America. If I've got my geography correct there.
You do.
Looking at a map. So, you know what's interesting about that? Well, let me finish reading this first part really quick. Tradition holds that the Alexob are generally invisible, but are able to assume physical form for purposes of communicating with and frightening humans, as well as to congregate. They are generally associated with natural features such as forests, caves, stones, and fields, but can also be enticed to move somewhere through offerings. Their description and mythological role are somewhat reminiscent of other sprite-like mythical entities and a number of other cultural traditions, such as the Celtic leprechaun, as the tricks that they play are similar. You know, I feel like that's not really actually true. I don't feel like that's what leprechauns do. I feel like leprechauns are closer like them and claricons, and they do things like take your babies. Like that's Rumpelstiltskin business there. What's it say about the duende? The word duende down here sometimes...
Hey, you're not supposed to say his name.
You're not? I mean... Like what? Like 3 times in the mirror? Don't say
no. Just it's rude.
Candyman.
It's rude for everyone to know.
He's got a movie. The privacy laws are different for him now. That changed when he went famous. Okay.
Public domain now.
That's right. The word duende is sometimes used interchangeably with Alex. Duende in Spanish is a word for a supernatural creature, commonly a goblin or a force. And bloody, bloody, blah. The thing that I find that's interesting about this is that, I don't know, it was a few months ago. Remember when we were talking about the Cherokee little people? Because I had read that book, and it was when we first interviewed Joshua Griffith, the author, and he said, like he mentioned on the show that he was Cherokee, and I was like, oh my gosh, I literally just got this book that I read about Cherokee little people on the East Coast at North Carolina, the University of North Carolina, and how they have like tunnels and stuff, and the little people are a whole thing. But like all up and down the East Coast of the United States, there's a lot of Native American lore that is quite similar to, I mean, this idea, little people, knee high, you know, only coming out at night, primarily playing tricks or whatever on people. That seems to be a persistent folklore, like from the top of the United States and the East Coast, from the Northeast all the way down, you know. So I guess
have it in Africa too. They have tunnels, little people. Yeah.
It's quite fascinating, you know, that they're. I think it's interesting, like it makes sense from the perspective of the human experience, right? And so and I think Ion, you were the first, it was in a conversation with you that you first kind of coined that term in my direction, that, you know, the human experience throughout many cultures is the same. Like all cultures seem to experience similar types of things, right? And
dragons in different areas, but they're all still dragons.
Right. And so the thing that I find fascinating is it makes sense, I guess, that maybe cultures would encounter similar types of creatures, but I think that what is a little more circumstantial, maybe, or like a little more vague, is that those things they're encountering seem to have the same mischievous qualities, right? Like, I don't know. I guess that it's one thing for types of creatures to exist and people to experience them. It's another thing for those creatures to all sort of have, across multiple cultures, have this, you know, these correlating qualities. At least I think it's quite fascinating. So
I agree.
You know, I don't know. I wish, because where were we when we went? Were you with me when I did the geocache in Mohegan Hill? And that was yes, that was where we found the footprints of Moshup the Giant and Granny Squanet and
Yep, over on the East Coast.
And that was the little people of the Mohegan Native American tribe.
At the beginning of that trip, as a matter of fact.
Where were we for that one? I can't remember exactly where we were for that.
Mohican people were usually in Ohio.
Well, this was not Ohio for sure. This was definitely the East Coast. Like, I mean, tribes went far and wide, so
yeah,
it could have also been in Ohio. I'm not discounting that.
Where I grew up, we knew a lot about them. So
fair enough. So, it is 9:12, you guys, and I am going to call the show early tonight because of stuff and things. So, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys had fun laughing with us, please hit the like and subscribe button, and also get your magic word in after I hit the end button here. And the magic word is there in the ticker. It's moistest paint is the magic word, and it's for this paint, the watercolor paint kit that's here. And then I think with that said, we do have our Tipsy Pixie meeting in Discord on the 21st. So you can find the links for everything are in the low bar of every show. You can find our vendor links there. You can find our sponsor links. You can find our links for our Patreon. So yeah, all of the stuff and things are there, as well as a link for the Discord. So you just have to maximize that little thing and go find the link you want. And then I guess with that said, Stormy, you're the bell ringer. So ring the bells and we'll be done for the evening, and we'll be back here next week. Same bat time, same Fae time, same Fae channel.
There we go.
There it is. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome to Fae Productions. We hope you enjoyed our show with your host, Fairy Princess Ollie. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you had fun with our Fae crew. Don't forget to click that little bell icon to get notifications of upcoming shows. And if you're looking to support your fellow Fae, fly on over to our Patreon, links below.